Hi ladies and gentlemen, it is so fantastic to see you. I am overjoyed and so excited, but also I may look like an absolute mess, and of course you're gonna talk about fucking wine and alcoholism, my god. It is pretty late, not too late, but pretty late. Already had my shower, already exercised, already did all that shit, so yeah, I may look like a little mess. Anyways, Dragon Spine is with us. I was shocked. I thought it came out Tuesday and then Wednesday, but I think it just came out Thursday night, which could have been Wednesday morning for you, depending on where you live, so it was a little weird in the translations and all that stuff. But regardless, it's here with us right now, and the thing that I want to do more than anything is to first collect my goddamn bits, wherever they are. Here we go. Pow! We get some compensation for maintenance. It was only down for, I think, 3 hours, so not the worst. So we got 300, not bad. Claim that. What else is this one? It's just like, hey, oh no, they fixed some shit. All right, nice. So that we got a pretty decent amount of primos. Not bad at all. Neat. But ladies and gentlemen, why is the shop saying that it's got some shit? All right, there are new bundles, if you want to be paid to win and all that. Very nice. Also, I did just eat, so my voice is like phlegmy and disgusting. I'm sorry. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I desperately want to do. Not the chalk prints. This, the test run, baby. Is Albedo, or is it like, I can kind of see where he's going, or where people are going with this character. But I still think it is very, very like good to wish on this banner, but maybe not wail out for the 5-star, depending on how Albedo goes. And again, watch content creators, watch streamers, and see what kind of things they can show and show off with the character before you go ahead and purchase them. Just because, again, it's you want to make sure you're buying a unit that fits into your team, or you could just buy a unit that you want and then just chill out. Because honestly, Spiral Abyss is like the only thing that requires you to have like as much DPS as having like a really good team or orient yourself to have it. But with that being said, though, there are characters such as Bennett, and Bennett does everything and then some. He heals you a shit ton. He also provides you with damage buffs, and also he's a fire user, and he can also deal a pretty decent amount of damage. Did I say also twice? I said also twice. It's and of course Sucrose just allows, similar to Bennett, she can actually like weirdly give you a good bit of damage as well with her elemental mastery buff, but also she's great at CCing. Also, she looks cute as a button. Felch is a wretched, horrible personality kind of person, but maybe beyond all that, she's sweet. But you're mainly there for Oz, that fucking falcon. So, anyways, she's great. Everyone knows she's great. Moving on. But ladies and gentlemen, I maybe we should have waited to film this tomorrow, but I want to jump into it. Let's play Albedo. Fingers crossed. We're gonna play a lot of him, by the way. We're going to play a little bit of the other characters. Well, this video might be long. I don't know. What's character preview look like? Just show his general things? It does. Well, why don't we wait until we're in there so we can see his weapons and the whole shebang. Although, again, one thing that is kind of worth waiting to see what like content creators and whatnot do, or Twitch streamers, or even just people out, whatever you come out with, whatever it may be. If you see like a Twitter video real quick seeing him dominate, ask people what constellation he has, or they have, sorry, as well as what relics they're using. Because maybe they're using a cracked relic and you're like, alright, I'm not gonna fucking, like, what is that? Or maybe they're using a decent artifact set coupled with maybe like 0 Constellation 1 of Albedo. In that case, you may be like, okay, maybe worth swinging on this person if you happen to need a support, which is very much what he seems to be feeling. That and potentially maybe alt spam, but we'll see. Albedo can lend great support to those in your party. His elemental skill creates a solar isotoma on the ground in front of him. We know this. You can also aim this ability by holding it, and you can plop it anywhere. When a character stands on top of the locus, an elevator, he gets up in the air. We all know it. People meme on it all the time. When attacking opponents with the solar isotoma, every time you hit an enemy, there's a chance for it to blossom and do like a pretty decent amount of AoE geo damage. Albedo's elemental burst deals AoE geo damage in an area in front of him. But if your E is active, it will scatter forth a bunch of blossoms. I think it's seven blossoms, somewhat randomly. I do think it's in the radius of wherever you're casting your alt. But yes, your solar isotoma will basically cause it to bloom 7 times. And this time, normally blooming would happen as soon as you contact with an enemy. Wherever you impact, it would blossom. But this time, it can happen. I think it's scattered. Like it's gonna kind of aim for people, but it's not gonna be perfect all the time. Like if an enemy's moving, they might not get hit by it. But anyways, here's good additive damage. Also, if you happen to have, oh, I don't know, like a Zhongli, you can freeze a son of a bitch in the air, or freeze him completely, and then activate. It could maybe bulldoze, but we'll see. So the first things first is that I actually messed up when I was talking about Albedo when I first seen him. He actually does have, I'm pretty sure. No, maybe not. Okay, I thought he had like a semi-unique way of fighting. Like his like movement pattern was a little different. This is different. There's like the little like pop. That's definitely different. But I'm not sure if everything else is. Okay. All right, so first things first, I want to go into this. He's got a really decent amount of HP, a good amount of HP. They also gave him the Favonius sword, which is fantastic, but also the new 4-star weapon that we're going to be getting in the DLC is also an amazing candidate because it has energy recharge, which is going to be valuable for Albedo, or at least that's what everyone's assuming, as well as it gives you like crit rate and all this crazy stuff, and also elemental skill damage, all that stuff. Awesome. This one allows Albedo to gain his ult faster, which I think can bulldoze and probably get pretty crazy, which is also awesome because I happen to have this sword. So if we happen to get lucky enough to get Albedo, I'd be absolutely thrilled if we were able to get the other stuff. Anyway, yeah, but then they do shit like that, which is just weird. They give him the Braveheart set, which is 18 attack damage. Disgusting, trash, not good at all. Especially considering, like, yeah, regardless. Increases damage by enemies, yeah, who are low HP. Like, this is just why. Like, you neuter him. Like, aren't you supposed to sell the character in the trial? Maybe they don't want to be, like, criticized if they're breaking, like, that's not a realistic expectation is to get, like, 5-star relics, but you eventually will get there. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a very good fucking thing. Anyways, he is at Constellation 0, but his Constellation 1 seems pretty decent. It kind of gives him a pretty good amount of regen, but this is one of those rare characters where I feel like, and I could be proven wrong, he doesn't require any Constellation. If you have max Constellation, same thing as Zhongli, he becomes something different, but that doesn't mean he becomes something better. Like, Razor is so broken because he becomes more damage dealer. He doesn't like become a DP or like a defender, you know, or a tank randomly, you know. So yeah, but it's still somewhat up in the air. Again, this is day 1. We still don't know whether to build him for attack or physical attack because his ult mates scale off of that, or if we should build him for defense. The way that Zhongli is playing out now, I think you should build Zhongli for pretty good amount of both physical damage and HP, which I think it's same thing as going to be for Albedo. It's just going to be defense and physical damage, so you can pop off really hard with his ult. And if you have any melee weapon that can scale off of scale up his elemental recharge, I think that's what you're going to be trying to get. But anyways, his skills are a level 8, so this is a pretty well-developed Albedo in terms of his basic skills, so the ticks we're going to be seeing are probably going to be pretty close to the money. Skill damage, okay, oh, and another 200% for defense. Alright. Again, I don't know what to incur from that just yet. Ooh, but that 588% damage. Oh, and the blossoms hit, at least it looks like harder. Alright. Also, the skill, that's big shit though right there. That skill is on a 12-second cooldown and only requires 40 energy. It's the same thing as Zhongli, so you can spam this shit. But Albedo, I'm not sure if he struggles with the same problem that Zhongli struggles with, which is his inconsistent regen. But if you have the same element, like an Albedo, feeding himself, it also feeds Zhongli. So I feel like I kind of fucked up, and if I do get lucky enough to get Albedo, just through my very, very low amount of Primo Gems, but I've been quite lucky before, so we'll see. But I feel like it might be better for me to have invested in Zhongli's physical damage rather than just buffing the shit out of his shield. But we'll see. Anyways, that's absolutely wonderful. But this is the other thing that's kind of great. Yeah, Solar Isotoma deals 25 more damage to opponents who are HP is below 50s. Yeah, so he's meant to like just knock them down, like bitch slap them into the ground. But this is, I think, going to be pretty broken and pretty nuts. For those guys who don't know, Sucrose is already an amazing, amazing support because she does a weaker version of this. But it increases elemental damage to nearby party members for 10 seconds, but it does it by 125, which is nuts. Also, we can craft weapons easier. Cool. Fuck it, who cares? Anyways, let's try to do this. Well, first of all, I know I were taking a lot of time, but I just want to see. So this is how you place it. Boom, and of course, we can go ahead and rise up, baby. Hell yeah, which I wish they would have given us like an archer, but that's awesome. I was worried that was going to be a thing. Because my idea in my crazy head is that Albedo could mesh well with Venti, because if I activate Venti's ult, it puts enemies in a high point of access. But if I actually get on this, I could switch to my Razor and just start fucking people up. That might synergize and allow me to actually make the most out of, not Zhongli's, sorry, I said Zhongli's, Venti's ult. But anyways, let's do this. I just want to fuck around. This, boom. So now every enemy's like feeling it. We're gonna drop one of these. We're gonna go ahead and keep fucking him up with his melee damage. His melee damage is dealing something, but I think it might, oh, look at our ult coming back already. Did you seriously go for the left or the right? Okay. Yeah, look, we already got our ult. That's so nuts. That's so crazy. Oh my god, if Zhongli can double dip into this, which I can't see why he couldn't. That's nuts. That's so fucked up. He has it back again! What is going on? Are you shitting me? Oh my god. Also, if you have Nin Wong level, dude, that's fucking nuts. That's a little silly. If you like alt spam, again, I feel like people were like, yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be that character. I feel like he might be that character, boys. And he's not even built for, like, his elemental burst should do nothing. Should, but it's doing a lot. Shockingly. Also, they didn't touch us, because they were constantly in the state of being juggled, because Geo can do that. That is crazy. Man. Again, if you happen to have a Zhongli, because the same particles will just get fed into the same thing, but our ult's not doing that much damage, but it's doing something enough to fuck shit up. And it's not even built for damage right now. I don't think he's built for high defense. I don't think he's built for the elemental effects to constantly have a burst happening. Let's go again. Again, we're untouched. That's the thing that's also silly. And yeah, guess what? Her ult's back too. That's fucking awesome. Anyways, this. Boom. Let's see how fast her ult comes back. Let's just drop it again, reposition. I don't really see the value in, yeah, see, her ult's back. Yes, that's fucking crazy. Her ult's back. It's the only thing that's limited is the cooldown. Oh my god, that seems pretty nutty. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the way that well, again, they haven't built stupid. Like, he shouldn't be, he's not popping off in this sense. Because yeah, his ults are not built for damage, even though that's clearly how he excels, because his ults come back in like half a second. Also, look at that. Yeah, I do think the blossoms, the 7 blossoms that happen when you spam your ult, are a bit random. But yes. Yeah, so I was about to say, well, look at that. We don't have our ult. Bitch! Guess what? Snap! We have our ult again. That is absolutely ludicrous. I can't even... Man. The thing is that Albedo... God damn it. Albedo facilitates a kind of playstyle for everybody, is the thing. Unlike Zhongli, who was kind of divided and people kind of were frustrated with that. Like, people, yeah, and also, like, some of his skills were so insane that it was like, clearly they had to limit him in some way, and they maybe limited the wrong thing based on the update that we got. But anyways, yeah, if you basically what I'm getting at is I feel like people were like, maybe he doesn't seem like an ult battery. I'm not so sure, fam. I think it was pretty ulty in that thing, and I don't think they built. We should have looked. Let's go look. I may have fucked up. Let me hold my tongue. Just hold it for whatever weird saying. Let me check. How much is his elemental recharge? Because the Favonius weapon, but also everyone knew you were going to build him for that. And again, I don't think Xin Yang or whatever is built for elemental regen. Maybe she is. Let's check. Base attributes, detail. Elemental recharge is at 160. That's not insane. That's not crazy. Especially with, I think the 50% of that is coming from his sword, not artifacts. His crit rate is actually kind of fine. What are you built for? Xing Wang or Xing Yang, whatever you need to say your name. She is built for energy recharge. Yeah, 104. That's nothing. That's nothing. But yet she had the only thing that she had a problem with is waiting to get her ult. He's a fucking ult battery. I was one of the ones who called it, man. Because again, some had to give. If he didn't have a great like melee DPS, then just like Zhongli, he had to have something, which was his sword and his ult. And motherfucker, the fact that you can just do this, pop, and you could switch to any DPS and just live your best life, dude. Also, you pop back to him, fuck shit up again. Boom. Also, if you wanted to get like some mobility, you could, and you could fly around. I don't know. But that seems legit. And again, he seems like a character, and I could be just crazy. And again, one thing that people did mention, which I do want to say, is he is Geo, and this is a giant radius, yes, of Geo. So, but with that being said, though, Geo is getting a huge buff. But it may not still be as good as like the vaporized combination, because Geo is selfish. Geo will constantly take any fire dot within this and get you to replace it. But with that being said, there's a reason why this is on like a 2-second cooldown, so maybe if you really do want to switch characters, pop this and then switch to a Venti, you could still get it out of that, because I think it is your melee attack that has the potential of activating your shit. But yeah, no, he seems like a weird kind of character, but I love it. I hope I get him. I'll be spending all my points on the banner just because I want Bennett a lot. I think he seems like my kind of healer, but also if I can get a battery out of that, if I can get Albedo, who seems like a battery to me, also just a character who can just spam alts, I love that gameplay, dude. I love the gameplay of, like, I've been playing Venti. Venti is that. Venti is like an alt spam character, and I love that gameplay where you just switch alt, throw out your T, cycle characters, throw out their T, alt, and then by the time you get back to your other character, give it like 2 seconds and you'll have this everything queued up to go again. And again, Zhongli is the same as him, but has a harder hitting alt, I think. But we have yet to see that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is not it. This might be a long-ass video, but that I was not expecting that. That is blatant. That is blatant. Like, we never went once. Every 2 seconds, we had our alt back. It's like, what? Excuse me? Oh my god, that's sick. But also, it makes sense. There was just a big fuss about the fact that, what's his name? Zhong Li was didn't have as much teeth as everyone was hoping for, and I think they heard you loud and clear. But I still hope this doesn't trivialize 4 stars, which is what people are worried about. But anyways, we'll show this character real fast. Official is just great. Also, no, she's not max constellation, which they probably should have showed her, because most people have official 1. It'd be cool to introduce people with multiple, like a max constellation official. But yes, Oz, it's insane. She's a great support. Absolutely nuts. All that stuff. Boom, let's freeze them. Let's toss out Amber's Teddy and it do nothing. And I wish they would have given us a proper DP. I guess Kaya can kind of be that, although I just don't really fuck with Kaya, so there be the problem. Let's activate Oz. Pow! Let's do one of these. I didn't mean to do that. That was a waste. That was a hella waste. I meant to activate alt. Also, let's do one of these. Pow! Let's stay in this alt so everyone's fucking getting hit. Let's activate his frozen on a single enemy. Yes, I know, it was the best choice. I feel like they build all of their characters though for a good bit of regen though. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just crazy. By the way, guys, I am not like Mufasa up in here, Wise McGee. I'm a filthy free-to-play who gets somewhat lucky. So, if you're like Grin, they're built for elemental recharge. That's why he's popping off. I don't think that's how it works, because we just looked. But maybe I'm an asshole who missed something. I'm entirely possible. But yes, yeah, man. These characters don't feel that good to play, though. Again, Official is good because she's just a character that you don't really need to play. You can just kind of move on, which is her strong suit. But man, no, Albedo feels like you could feel his strength, you know, in a real cool way. Whereas Zhongli, even in the test arena, it kind of felt a little weird, you know. Like again, they didn't really build him for alt spam, so you kind of were just poking things. You're like, all right, we're kind of dealing some damage. I'm not getting hit because I have this godly shield, but it's still not quite there. Also, my controller's being weird. But anyways, more. Yeah, so official, you know, it's fine. It's actually, she's really good. I'm not on vibe. Also, I apologize, all right? In the first try thing that we did in the channel, where like, I think Klee was there or something. No, not Klee. I don't know who it was. But anyways, Sucrose was also in that banner. Or that was it, Child. Sucrose was also in that banner, and I didn't actually showcase her, or I did, and I said, yeah, she's not that great, but that was because I was having Venti, who's basically like Sucrose's big brother, who just fucks shit up, but is like maybe little brother, maybe, oh, he's a god, whatever, what do you want from me? Regardless, she is crazy in her support technicality, unlike Venti. Venti's just good. It does anything. He's nuts. Sucrose, she's a little bit of those kind of character that comes undone by her constellation, which allows you to spam this ability twice, which is pretty crazy. And I think you can if you get more constellation, that might proc twice. But regardless, that just gives you a shit ton of animo particles. So if you also have a Venti or whatever, or a Gene, you're gonna get that alt back so quickly. But also, she has these passives that are amazing, which is stuff like this. When Sucrose triggers a swirl reaction, all the characters that match that element have their elemental mastery increased by 50% for 8 seconds. That's pretty incredible, and I think it may even get a little bit nuttier within her constellation. But yes, the fact that she just gives that little bump to elemental mastery is fantastic. But imagine what Albedo can do, who gives 120 just by existing. Or sorry, you have to activate his ult first. that's the thing that triggers it for 10 seconds. That's a good bit of time. Anyways, let's make some stuff happen. Again, I wish they would have given us better characters than Lisa and all them. Watch that come back to bite me in the ass. They'll be like, Lisa's actually god tier? How dare you, Grin? I'm like, you know what? I guess. I don't know. Let's do one of these. Let's do some Sucrose stuff. Oh, yeah, see, they didn't give us any constellation. Her ult also is fantastic. It's amazing. Also, I think you can get a big AoE version of it, which seems equally as sick. Also, if I were to trigger that properly. But yeah, see, her ult's already back. They must have built her for energy recharge as well. But yeah, also you can do a hold charge and do a big old pop them in the air, get an enemy to stop shooting you. Absolutely lovely. We can also do one of these. Oh, I wish I would have made. It's fine. We'll do this. Pow! Make this this can turn into a cryo. Yeah. So now this thing is hard to see, but it is cryo based, which is so sick. The only thing that sucks is I do believe her cooldown is a little bit longer than Venti's. But she also has way more of a radius. So like this. Oh, sorry. This is huge. I can't do it because on cooldown. Boom! This, pretty giant. Whereas Venti's is a little bit smaller, but also this, the issue is that it's a good radius, but Venti's literally pulls people from like here, and it forces them to all bunch up, so if you have any sort of splash damage character, you can just pop off. But anyways, last character, guys, the golden goose of the banner, the one that people are saying, hey, even if you don't really fuck with Albedo, which after what I just seen, I'm pretty in. I wonder if we should swing on his banner right now. Nah, I'll make it its own video. Just because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Get some of them shards, doing Sucrose dirty by just giving them weapon materials. Doing Bennett real dirty with just a Mora. Anyways, Bennett. Bennett is crazy. I don't even think I need to go into it because everyone's just going to be saying, hey, worst case scenario, dedicate like a couple pulls just to try to get 1 or 2 Bennett. Now, Bennett is one of those characters that is heavily based on constellation, specifically his first one, which is not bad at all. I actually should rephrase that. Bennett doesn't need any constellation but his first one, okay? Maybe this one or whatever could help a little bit, but this one's the main one where it basically takes off the limiter of him and actually allows you to do attack percentage damage, which is why I think in the test arena he actually you may not be able to see his actually crazy kind of value. Also, what kind of set? They gave him the Favonius? Always Favonius. Yeah, the same shit artifacts. Doesn't help him heal or anything like that. But yes, basically his ult, one of the best ults in the game. What's the cooldown on it? Cooldown is 15 seconds, not the worst, but it costs a lot to charge though. But anyways, yes, attack bonus radius 90%, as well as continuous health regen based on his max HP. So those artifacts you may not be too keen on are actually fantastic for this. But again, the first constellation allows your attack to buff your ult's attack buff. That makes any sense. But yes, he is like the one character you always see in those videos that people just knock things down to size. But also, if you happen to have a Zhongli and you have him built for somewhat shield, you only need a little bit of healing a lot of the time. And the reason why this character is somewhat nerfed, barely, he can only heal you up to 70%. But he heals like a truck is the difference. So as long as you can like stay in a hellfire pit and be fine because of the amount of healing that he does give you. So yes, but I don't think we'll see too much of this. Also, I think his cooldowns, okay, it's similar to Razor. Yeah, it just gives better cooldown for his basic things. Nice. Anyways, he does other things. Again, so many people will talk your off about him, and now we are kind of pinched for time because I do want to upload this hopefully tomorrow, so I can edit it by the night and get it rendering, so that I don't have to do that tomorrow, so I can just enjoy Dragonspine. Anyways, but I don't know why they didn't give us it again. Well, I guess, yeah, she's kind of a DPS, but also, this is one of those characters that's kind of a meme as well, because he's kind of a freak. Essentially, if we hold down his T, his whole gimmick. Yes, he can deal a crazy amount of damage, but if you guys didn't see, he also just fucked his own self up. How he did that is, give me this, whoosh. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but essentially the lore of Bennett is that he is super unlucky, so he gets the shit kicked out of him by his own self, like all the time. but he's about to throw himself back. But if you do have a shielded character, then this is actually not that bad. I didn't want to go over there, but okay. Go over here. Also activate this. Whoosh. And fuck him up. And dodge. Also Bennett. Pop off. Whoosh. Yeah, we already have his ult back. Oh, I didn't even think about that, but that's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, what I'm trying to say, and I'm not doing a really good job, is by the time my ult left, it came back. So if you do have him built for recharge, I think you'll be able to like quickly cycle. Yeah, because like 2 seconds, 1 second, boom. So that was only gone for 2 seconds. So you only have to live without the damage buff for a measly 2 seconds. Totally worth that. Anyways, yeah, again, they don't really have him. They don't really have him built in an amazing way here to really showcase him. Also, again, Constellation 1 for Bennett. Big things. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is essentially Genshin, the trial run. I am blown away, or I was just super shocked at Albedo. Let's quickly run him again, because I just don't know. Maybe I was seeing some shit that was different, but I like that. I think a lot of people could like that. The idea that you always have a character that does a lot of cool things, but also always is like a consistent feed of elemental recharge. The only thing that may suck about him is that he is geo based. Like, this would be broken if it was any other character, but the fact that it's geo, which is kind of the weakest elemental reaction kind of thing, is not that great. But I bet if you built him right, it could get nutty. But that's just every character. Every character, if you built them right, they get crazy. Yeah, and other characters that also activates that like chain effect. Also, yeah, it's just who can? Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, that's 2,000 per hit. Who's gonna say no to another 2,000 damage on top of what you're already doing? And it happens every 2 seconds, and it's also AOE based. So even if you're not a character who has AOE stuff, you can still fuck shit up in that regard. That sounds legit. Let's activate this again. Let's spam this. Pow! And let's just keep getting those elemental procs. Love it. Yeah, this seems nuts. This seems fucking stupid in a beautiful way. Again, because there's no character really like that can summon forth that. So that's just, I'm into it, to say the least. Do I have to be in the zone in order to get the blossoms? I don't. Okay, good. Good. So that also fucked him up a good bit, which is awesome. Let's do this. Is he dead? He ain't. He dead. Quickly, hit him. Get back in the zone. No, you died from that. That's nuts. I didn't even realize how hard his just blossom, this, detonates for. Every time we impact, we do 2,000 damage in a splash radius. And that's, I don't think that scales off melee damage. No, mind. But that is just good. 2,000 damage is just free. That's just free profit, and it's AoE based. So if you happen to have like a Venti or a Sucrose Venti who pulls people in, and you can smack them, that AoE damage is going to be shared between all of them. I think this character got slept on. I was one of the only ones who said, well, actually, I was with you guys. I was like, eh. And then now that I see his, like, the fact that he was maybe a battery, and he very much seems like that, I'm jazzed. I'm going to be swinging with every Primo that I have on the banner because of that. With that being said, though, I would highly advise that if you played him and you don't vibe with him, then save your gems. For me, I don't really, I want to play, I want to get Genyu, but she doesn't fit anywhere within my team, unfortunately, so that's kind of where I'm at. So, yeah. Also, she seems like she's maybe, we'll see. She might be limited by her constellation, but we can't say that yet because we don't have her. But, yeah, Albedo, man, just seems peak. In fact, I think I want to, well, I don't have that much, to be honest. I have a measly 6,000, but again, hopefully I can get maybe 2, the main thing I'm trying to aim for is 2 Bennetts, and if I happen, again, every single Primo I get from my dailies, from the thing I have, just plummeting them into this in the hopes that I can get at least 1. But then again, 1 Albedo, again, just like Zhongli, I don't think is bad. Like, there are some characters that I does feel like they're hindered a little bit by the fact that their constellation is so broken, and they're kind of whale bait. Who's to say who those people are? Well, the things have yet to be seen, but I'm digging it. I'm digging, and again, the Albedo that they had built, I don't think was that well built. Yeah, the alchemist from Mondstadt, that's like the best alchemist in the world, who's all about rebirth, which kind of is a tell to give you back your ult again, like the recharge and the cycle completing and stuff. Yeah, seems like he's pretty fucking top. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'll probably make a video right now, actually, because I want to quickly see if I can maybe get anything. That way I know what to build for with my remaining resin that I have today. But let me know how excited you guys are, or if I missed anything with the characters. Also, again, forgive me if I look like a little bit of a mess. But yes, let me know if I maybe missed something, if I'm not understanding something. But all of these characters look fantastic, and oh my god, Albedo. Everyone was like, but Bennett, and I'm like, Bennett, but fucking Albedo seemed like he did a lot. I may be crazy, but whew. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button to my right, as well as 2 videos to my farther right. Let me know what you guys think again, and goodbye.